Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about how much XRP do you honestly need to become a millionaire in 2022. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, I am recording this a little bit ahead of time before I do go travel for a holiday. For everyone who is, watching this currently, I hope everybody has a great weekend or a great day or night. I believe that this is going to be going up Monday morning, so I hope everybody is having a great Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And today, definitely keep a close eye on indices and the dollar and things like that. I'm going to be doing market updates and stuff once I do get back, which should be on Monday, just so that you guys know. Now, today, I want to talk to you guys about the price potential on XRP. Obviously, do not take any of the information that I am telling you guys in this video as financial advice. Please invest at your own risk. And always, make sure that you are investing what you can afford to lose, because this market is extremely volatile and you never know exactly what is going to happen. But let's address a few things. So first off, XRP. We know it went to $3.84 in the past. Now, I know that this is the all-time high that they're going off of here on this CoinMarketCap. I know that CoinMarketCap has shown different highs. Like, for example, this one is showing, $3.37. I'm actually going off of a high point of $3.55 off of a different exchange. But just so that you guys know that clarification. So $3.84, currently trading at about 77.5 cents roughly. Now, in order to know how much you actually need to become a millionaire, you need to know where the target points are for this bull run. Now, I've addressed that the $10 to $15 range is the safest, point for XRP. This is, not pricing in a settlement, but most likely a settlement will, help the price go to these prices. But ultimately, we got to look at the, price appreciation from the all-time high. So I know that the all-time high that I'm going off of is a little bit different compared to most, but, this to the $10 range is roughly about 180% of an increase in price. To the top of this, it would be about a 320% of an increase in price. Off of our current, level, obviously the ROI and the percentage is completely different. Let's talk about why I do believe that we can easily see $10 to $15. So first off, this overall market, when things do start to move, they do move fast. Going off of that ranges of the, sort of October, September timeframe of, XRP, we've seen nice impulses off of those lows. Like, for example, here you guys have off of the lows, it's a roughly, 2,000, almost 400% of an increase in price. Again, off of our lows that we have currently printed on the chart, I'm going to go off of, sort of the sideways momentum that we're currently going off of currently. If we do have that same exact 23, almost 2,400% of an increase in price, you guys do see that this is kind of right in between my ranges at around almost $14. Now, I know that it's not the best to kind of just go off of, pretty much the hey, percentage-wise, pumps of the last previous pumps, but I'm just kind of going off of this in terms of an overall conservative structure. Now, obviously, my structure is a little bit different compared to most. I know people were saying, $30. My price range for settlement does kind of stretch out to these numbers up here with, higher points if we do see massive FOMO. But I will say this. Just going off of a conservative range, that $10 to $15 range is a very conservative range just because that is going off of the multi-year fib levels. And usually we do kind of outreach to that 4236 fib level anyways. Going off the previous structure, we actually went well beyond the 4236, and I can kind of show you guys that real quick. So I'm going off of the lowest points in terms of the fib levels. Of course, I can go all the way back to the previous bull run, similar to what I have on the chart now, if that does make you guys happier. But usually I kind of go off of these candle wicks at the topping points, and kind of go off of the bottom structure that we do see being printed on the chart, which is the lowest point, by the way, is this candle wick from January 17th. So it's at like around this range, which is coincidentally the support zone going back to 2014. So you guys have it. Like I said, the fib level here really kind of outreached well beyond the 4236 and the 4618. It's actually outreached beyond the last fib level, which is a little bit peaking above it, which is also why I do kind of have that target point up here at about like roughly $28 if we do see that. Again, repeat it. Again, this is why I do think that that is a conservative range in terms of the $10 to $15 range. I think that a settlement is most likely the thing that really kind of allows for XRP to get that FOMO demand. I think that we need a lot more of those listings to really kind of push volume. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the averages here. So we're talking about like $10 to $15 per. Now, say for so, you plan to offset everything at $10. So say for so, your sell target here is $10. Okay, how much will you need to hold to basically become a millionaire at $10? Well, it's basically 100,000 tokens. Now 100,000 tokens is not easy to come by, especially at these prices. I mean, you're looking at right now currently at these prices roughly about $77,000 almost. Now, that's not to mention that if you do sell at $10 exact, guess what? You got to pay taxes. So it really kind of offsets that, sort of, price there. But let's talk about the long term here on XRP. Is XRP going to $100, right? That's everybody's question. I've always said it in terms of coin perspective. So I've been kind of doing coin perspective here and there and kind of comparing and contrasting a few assets. Like, for example, XRP to Ethereum, right? Because when we look at Ethereum, Ethereum did have a market cap of roughly over $500 billion this year. It was like about like 550 billion roughly, I think it was. It was somewhere within this range. We hit about $11.43 on XRP if we do hit that $550 billion market cap zone. To some people, that is unlikely, but honestly, to me, it doesn't seem too far-fetched when we go back to 2017, 2018 structure and look at the all-time high being about like $3.84 back in 2017 and 2018, where there was not a lot of, FOMO around XRP. Still hit an almost $200 billion market cap, which is pretty significant. So in my mind, I think that a $500 billion market cap this, bull run around is not too unlikely. And also, you got to realize the amount of institutional demand behind XRP. Now, let's talk about $100 XRP. So a $4.8 trillion market cap. Why is this logical, and why is this, something that could happen in the future? Honestly, it's the markets that it is targeting, aka the cross-border market, $156 trillion market globally. But also, you got to look at the other things that it's targeting, aka the locked pre-funded amount in SWIFT, which is $27 trillion. So overall, you're looking at almost $200 trillion exact. At a 10%, market value of that, you guys already see it, sitting at about almost $20 trillion. 1% of that would bring it to about $2 trillion. So within that 1 to 10% range, we could easily see a $4.8 trillion market cap for XRP being unlocked, which would bring it to about $100. Now at $100, obviously, guess what? Your amount that you need to hold is a lot different. About 10,000 tokens, which is roughly about $7,700, which is a night and day difference, by the way. And when we look at this, right, you'd probably want about roughly maybe 15,000 XRP to kind of offset taxes. It's all completely different wherever you live. But say for so, again, maybe you didn't buy at 77 cents, right? Maybe you were accumulating for a little bit of time. Maybe you have like 10,000 tokens. Maybe 10,000 tokens was your goal. Now you'd probably want to figure out your average and things like that. So we'll say your amount of XRP equals 10K. So again, you could either have your sell target at $10 and make $100,000, reinvest and kind of build off of that, aka swing trade, or you could have your sell target if you have the patience to hodl, is $100, because we don't know specifically when XRP is going to unlock that percentage of that market. Everyone continues to say maybe it's this year, maybe it's that year. Nobody technically knows. Will XRP hit $100 eventually? Yeah, 100% in my opinion. Reason why? Well, first off, I think that it easily hits $3 trillion in market cap. And everyone's probably going to be asking why. Well, look at Apple, right? Apple stock hit $3 trillion just in 2021 alone. Apple stock compared to something like XRP that is solving major issues within SWIFT and also allowing financial institutions to save 60 to 90% on FX rates. That's something that's pretty significant. So obviously, this hitting a $3 trillion market cap is inevitable in my opinion. Who knows how long it's going to take to get there, but I do see this happening before at least 2030. But again, going off of that $100 valuation, do we get there by 2030? In my opinion, yes. When we look at this, obviously, like I said, find out your average. So say for so you're holding 10,000 tokens. Maybe you bought, I don't know, we'll just say 2.5K at 67 cents. And then you bought, another 2.5K at around 70 cents. You bought, maybe 2.5K at 73 cents. And then on this last one, we'll just kind of say that you bought 2.5K at 63 cents. Now, I always say keep track of your crypto purchases on a spreadsheet. This is also very good for taxes, by the way. But it's also the idea that you could, figure out your average, right? Like 2,500, right? At, I believe it was 63 cents. So 63 cents to 2,500, just putting this in real quick. Save you guys some time. So 67 cents. Here we have it, 67, 70. So here's 70 and then 73. Now, here we have our average, right? We calculate this and we could get our average price. So our average cost is actually 68 cents. So now, instead of having to, focus on, everything entirely, that 10,000 amount, instead of it being at all one price of 77 cents and costing us $7,700, our average cost here, off of our average cost in general, or I should say our invested amount, is 6,800. So again, our total invested is $6,825. How do we turn this into $1 million, right? Equals 1 mil. How? Okay. So what would we have to sell this at? So entirely when we look at this, considering the fact that our average cost is already figured out, obviously we have 10,000 shares. So it's not technically the your average cost and how to, basically move that into $1 million. I mean, our invested amount is $6,825. Getting that to 1 million would have to be awaiting that $100 price valuation, but you'd basically again have to wait for a little bit of a higher price due to taxes. You'd want to make sure that you are covering your taxes. So overall, it all goes on how fast do you want to become a millionaire. If you want to become a millionaire in 2022, right, you would need, in my opinion, and this is like, again, not easy to do, obviously at these prices. I would say, if it was like maybe March of 2020, yeah, it's a lot easier. Even like during this entire time in like 2021 as well, it was a lot easier at around like these prices down here at about like 20 some cents and stuff. You definitely need 100,000 at least, because our bare minimum target is around like $10. And honestly, I've said multiple times that we should definitely be watching for this 2618 to be the topping point, aka $9. Like I said, if a settlement happens, yes, we can go much higher. I've said it multiple times. But, you know, 100,000 is, like I said, not easily, it's not easy to come by. So, Millionaire, so we'll say M status in 2022, you'd need 100,000 tokens. M status, we'll say by 2030 equals 10,000 tokens. Again, this is a little bit of speculation on the 10,000 tokens because we don't technically know where XRP is headed. I'm just saying, if we do see a settlement, if we do see US-based customers rejoining the team, on-demand liquidity services spiking, and then of course, not only on-demand liquidity service spiking, we also see mass relistings, IPOing, and things like that. That will provide major value not only for XRP but also value for Ripple themselves. But I could definitely see XRP being worth 4.8 trillion by 2030. Now, again, like I said, I would say, if you can't afford 100,000 tokens to become a millionaire off of XRP, look into other assets. The reason why I say this is there's also other assets that could provide you with a lot of ROI that you could build your capital that you can get 100,000 XRP tokens. I know that not everyone that's getting into this market has $1,000 that has $10,000. Even, for example, I see a lot of people saying, can I do this on $500? There is an individual on Twitter who has turned $500,000 into $380,000. That's massive commitment, and it's patience, and it's the idea that you need to separate your emotions from the game. I know everyone that's probably watching this is probably thinking, I thought that I could get to $1 million by just having 1,000 XRP. First off, do I think that 1,000 XRP will get you to $1 million anytime soon? No. $1 million status is holding 100,000 tokens, especially on something like XRP. The only reason why I say especially on XRP is because if you want it quick, you need to hold a significant amount. This is also why I always say, make sure to look at some microcap gems too, because there's some microcap gems in the space that could deliver some significant ROI. And it's a lot easier to get 100,000 tokens of something that's like 8 cents compared to XRP. I've always said this with Casper, right? Like Casper is also something that's pretty interesting that could make you a millionaire. XRP is a lot harder to become a millionaire off of. If we're talking about a settlement, do I think that it has probably one of the most bullish things around it? Yes, that settlement is something that is so bullish for for the XRP holders and the XRP community. But like I said, I would say 100,000 tokens is what you basically would need. Of course, other people will probably tell you different, especially if you watch other YouTube videos. But this is what I'm really kind of seeing being the main thing for millionaire status. But always cover your taxes and always make sure that you are writing everything down. Make sure that you know your average as well, because average could also make sure or make the complete difference, right? Like for an example, this is how you basically would want to calculate your profit and loss, is basically having your own average cost. And you could also DCA and really kind of change and offset your average cost as well to make sure that you are in some solid profit when it does start to move. But I hope that kind of clarifies a few things, and I hope that kind of gives you guys a little bit of a better insight on, hey, how do you become an XRP millionaire? Well, hey, it's not as easy as most people will tell you, but this is more so realistic. So with that being said, hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.